What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Back for another one. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, Delisha? What's up, John? What's up, Charles? We're gonna give him another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. What's up, all right, fellow? What's up, Robbie? What's up, Alexis? All right. How about we go and get started? They'll come in when they come in. Today, we gonna discuss Black Lightning. Yeah, let's discuss this Shango energy that hit the planet about 3 years ago. So if y'all know nothing about Shango, Shango is the Orishan storm god. You see what I'm saying? So storm, Orishan storm god, god of lightning, however you like to say it, whatever your favorite thing is saying, your favorite saying, pretty much storm god. Now, we had this show, Black Lightning, and they telling you things here. They introducing the concept to your subconscious mind. What's up, Brandon? They introducing the concept to your subconscious and unconscious mind known as the metahuman and the metagene. You see what I'm saying? And what is a metagene or a metahuman? A metahuman is a person who is beyond human. Because meta means to go beyond. An advanced human or a superhuman or superhero. You see what I'm saying? So the metagene is the advanced spiritual genetics that's inside of you, soul genetics that's inside of you. But they collectively term it junk DNA. You see what I'm saying? It's actually not junk DNA. It's actually what you like to call advanced DEA, deoxy-electroalkali. You see, so deoxy-electroalkali and REA, ribo-electroalkali, and these are your advanced spiritual genetic libraries inside of you that are coming back online, and they know this, but they called it junk DNA, and they relegated your advanced spiritual powers to fucking pretty much a recycle bin. You see what I'm saying? They don't even deal with that. They don't even deal with the metagenetics. What are metagenetics? Metagenetics is the study of your advanced superhuman genome. See, the first thing they did was they took the human genome, the genetic body, out of the fucking science books. They separated it from all the other physical bodies, like your respiratory system, your circulatory system, your endocrine system. You see what I'm saying? Your nervous system. They separated it from your physical body. You see what I'm saying? It's not an anatomical system. They tell you that it's just your genome is just your ancestral tree line, which is true. But now it's a whole network, a whole system inside of you that is literally your advanced, which is literally your connection to not only your ancestral bloodline, but your ancestral soul line, or what they call cell, the ancestral soul. You see what I'm saying? The ancient Egyptians called the cell, SEB, the ancestral soul. What's up, Saku? What's up, Antonio? So you got these metagenetics inside of you, producing, and once they come online, they produce what? They produce superhuman abilities. What are superhuman abilities? Abilities that go beyond the five senses. You see what I'm saying? Let us call out the psychic senses, which parallel the physical senses. What are our physical senses? Sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste, right? Those are the five. Well, you got two more. You got thought and emotion. Those make up your 7 physical senses, right? Now you have 7 psychic senses that parallels the 7 physical senses, which is clairvoyance, your ability, your spiritual sight, which is your ability to see without time. You see what I'm saying? See without time. That's what clairvoyance is. You can see the past, you can see the future, but you can. The main thing is you can see without the boundaries of time. You see what I'm saying? So that allows you to calculate faster. That allows you to prepare faster. That allows you to do many things at an accelerated rate due to this ability to activate. Next, you have clairaudience, which is psychic hearing. What does that do? That allows you to hear into the ethers. Also, you got echolocation, which you can pick up on what's going on in your environment through your hearing as well. So that's clairaudience. That's what make it up. You can hear into the ethers and echolocation. Yes, humans have echolocation. You can literally hear what's going on in your environment, pick up on that information. You can hear people partying you can hear a party going on. You may be on the north side of your neighborhood, but you can hear it going on the south side of your neighborhood, which is literally 20 minutes away from you, 30 minutes away from you, because you're picking up on their hearing. You're picking up on those sounds. So that's 2. Then you got psychic taste, psychic smell, psychic touch, which is known as psychometry, your ability to touch objects and read the energetic print of the object, and you can either experience what's going on in the past, what it's been through, its histories, all that. You see what I'm saying? So those are the original 5 psychic abilities. You also have claircognizance, which parallels your ability to think, which is the physical side of it. Just regular thinking is actually a sense. So claircognizance is your ability to know without knowing. You see what I'm saying? And then finally, you got empathy, which parallels your physical emotions. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's your ability to embody what another person feels. You see what I'm saying? That's your ability to embody what another person is feeling at that time. And also, you got clairsentience, which is your ability to sense the environment around you, sense what's going on in your environment, also known as life detection. You see what I'm saying? So those are so you have 8 psychic senses actually. But they all parallel your physical senses. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Like, you have a physical, your physical apparatus has its senses, and your spiritual body has its senses. What are senses? Senses is your information system, your message center, your ability to pull in information from your environment, collect that information, store it up, decode it, and it gives you data in the form of imagery, in the form of feeling, in the form of thinking, in the form of hearing, and so on and so forth. That's what senses are. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's happening here. This is what's happening. This is what we call metagenetics. Your metagenetics parallel your spirit body and physical body in the sense that it is literally your own personal Akashic records. You see what I'm saying? In your body. That's what your genome is. A genome. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it. You usually when you look at the term the term genome, you think of what? Yourself. You see what I'm saying? Cause dome. You see what I'm saying? Knowing yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're learning about your Akashic library. So your DNA is actually your physical information center, but your DEA is your spiritual information center. See, deoxynucleic acid is your information as of what you store in this life. Your DEA is what you store all across your lives via your soul. You see what I'm saying? Deoxy electroalkali. You see what I'm saying? And they call it the deoxy electroalkali library. That part, your spiritual part of you, junk DNA. And the REA, which is ribo electroalkali. They call all that there makes up your spiritual side, your spiritual genome. You see what I'm saying? And when your spiritual genome come online, you begin to access these abilities. Everybody has, like I always tell y'all, a spiritual starter kit. You see what I'm saying? Unique spiritual abilities that you awaken for your path from the jump. See what I'm saying? So everybody has this. Everybody has these abilities. And they have specific abilities that they unlock at first, that they're going to have for the rest of their lives, because those are the abilities that they need most at this time. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. This is what's going on here, and this is what's happening here. So don't let these motherfuckers tell you there's no such thing as metagenetics. Obviously, cause they tell you in this TV show, metahuman. You see what I'm saying? Superhuman, superheroes. You see what I'm saying? They telling you what it is. And how do they, the most important thing I want you to pay attention to this TV show is, how did these beings activate these abilities? They took green light. That's what they called the drug, green light. It was a green pill, or it was in the form of a gum or whatever. But they took this green light, and this green light activated them. That's heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? So they telling you that your empathy in your heart is what activates your abilities, because empathy is a gateway ability to all your other abilities. So that's why that the system is designed to shut down your empathy. The more empathetic you are, the more they hate you, if you've probably noticed. You see what I'm saying? What's okay, Haru? As you've probably noticed, the more empathetic you become in this society, the more you're hated. and which is a strange occurrence. You would think that you become more empathetic, more of a feeling being, that would be adored. Nah, but we in this archonic system, which happily is shutting down slowly but surely. They only shut down a third of the system just to get started. You see what I'm saying? Just to get this shit flowing. They gonna shut down the other 2/3 as time goes on, as the year goes on. See what I'm saying? So be looking out for that. But we're not going back to the original system. They trying to open up some other places like libraries and government facilities because they trying to get this shit going again. But it'll never be the same. You know, we caused this shutdown for a reason, and it's gonna continue to be shut down. So that definitely that's what's happening here. So we have this black god in Black Lightning, Shango. See what I'm saying? The storm god. Now, what made Jefferson Pierce, aka who is better known as Black Lightning, so special is he didn't need green light. Because come to find out in this TV show, his great-great-grandfather was the brother of a character in the show who they call Tyson. I forget his last name. I think it's Tyson Sampson, Tyson Smith, something like that. Who was in World War One, I think. World War One. And what happened with him was he beat up a white boy at that time. He beat up some white boys, whooped the shit out of their asses. And they offered him a choice. You can either be executed, or you can join our program, our metagenetics program. So he joined the metagenetic program, and lo and behold, they experimented on it, and his melanin activated his abilities. You see what I'm saying? Through that pressure. See, pressure makes diamonds, as they said. So they turned the cold of his dormant melanin through the struggle, through the pain, through the stress. That melanin transmuted into a diamond and awoken some of his abilities. And so he became Gravedigger. You know, everybody like, what's up with these superhero names, Mom? Why these superheroes always have these weirdo ass names? Because when you become God, you take on a new name. You take on your soul name. Black Lightning is Jefferson Pierce's soul name. Black Lightning is Jefferson Pierce when he God. Jefferson Pierce is him when he a normal motherfucker. And we gonna get into the differences between what Black Lightning can do and what the fuck Jefferson Pierce can do. You see what I'm saying? Cause I hinted at it in my Luke Cage Decode, the differences in between the TV shows, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna definitely get into that. So you got this green light that everybody is taking and getting superpowers from. The government issued this drug to see what would happen if they activated your genome. Of course, it got out of hand. But the problem is, it was unstable inside of most people. Why was it unstable? Because they wasn't doing it spiritually. They was doing it chemically. You see what I'm saying? So when they did it chemically, it fucked them up. It shocked their system in such a way where their bodies and minds and spirits weren't ready for the abilities that they had, so it began to shut itself down. Their bodies, their apparatuses began to self-destruct. So that's what you're seeing. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to find a cure for that particular problem. What they call green light stabilization or something like that. Well, we're gonna go with green light stabilization. So they looking for that cure to stabilize the metahumans. Of course, they found it in the show. They found a way to stabilize the metahumans. They realized that if you implant another chemical in them, it stabilizes the gene. If you do it right. See, they weren't doing it right. They were trying to force them. They was causing force awakenings in these people, and they weren't ready for it because their minds and spirits were still shackled. So that's what's happening here. That's what's happening. So you go on with the show. You know, different things happen. You know, you got the introduction of multiple characters. We gonna go over some of them. Let's start with the latest. You know, this whole family is a godlike family. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, Jefferson Pierce inherited his powers from his family. You see what I'm saying? His bloodline. Cause Tyson unlocked his abilities, and that genome carried down to his people. You see, down to him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you find out in the show. So, of course, naturally, Jefferson Pierce has daughters with Lynn Pierce. Now, who is Lynn Pierce in the show? What goddess does she represent? She represents the goddess Seshat. Who is Seshat? Seshat is the goddess of writing and mathematics and science. You see what I'm saying? If y'all never heard of it, I know she's not a well talked about goddess. But yeah, she's the goddess of Seshat. She's the goddess of mathematics, science, writing, architecture, all of that. You see what I'm saying? All these advanced intellectual, lost my train of thought there. Sorry about that. All these advanced intellectual teachings that we deal with. So now, she said shot. So they made her a scientist in the show, and she's a hell of a scientist. Mainly, her gift is from what we've seen so far. Her main gifts are in chemistry, in physics, and various other things, and biogenetics. You see what I'm saying? So she got to a point in the show, in her storyline, you know, I told y'all she was always conflicting with Jefferson Pierce. You see what I'm saying? Because why does she always have a problem with Black Lightning? Because her third eye was closed. You see what I'm saying? This was closed. So she had a problem with God. She had a problem with him being God. Until you watch the rest of the show, and this is spoilers, by the way, until you watch the rest of the show, and she began to take green light to awake in small doses to awaken her abilities, and that opened up her chakra system. And when she awoke her third eye, it hit her like, oh shit, this is what we talking about when we now I see why Jefferson Pierce was always about that Black Lightning life. Shit, being God is addictive. Right. Why would you want to be anything other than God? So she get there when she started tapping into some of her goddess powers. See what I'm saying? She was able to do amazing mental. She unlocked a lot of mental abilities, you know, being able to, you know, read mathematical codes faster, being able to break down genetic codes faster, being able to see different binary systems and all that. Then being able to, she was going in. You see what I'm saying? Once she started tapping into her abilities, and she was able to figure out different alchemical formulas to heal the metahumans. See what I'm saying? But she had to tap into what? Her spiritual self. She had to awaken them chakras. And that's when she realized, oh shit, my bad, fucking Jefferson. I see why you was in love with being Black Lightning. Because that's you, as God. Because now I've unlocked some of my abilities and said shot now. And I see where you coming from. I see where you coming from now that I got some of my shit together. I got some of my spiritual powers back now. I see what's going on here. When you got the weight of the world on your shoulder and you can do something about it. When the world around you is falling apart and you got the power as God to alter that shit, hell yeah, you gonna go out here and make it happen. That's what it's like to be God. You see what I'm saying? That's literally what it's like to be God. What is God? God is generating, operating, and destroying. How does that work? And most people ask me, what makes you God? Your soul makes you God. Why? Because your soul is a weapon of mass destruction and a tool of mass creation and organization. That's what makes you God. God, or generating, operating, destruction, is our natural principles of nature. You see what I'm saying? Nature does that all the time. Motherfuckers, look at a flower. You put it in the ground, you seed it, it begins to do what? It begins to grow, generate. Then it begins to what? Blossom and bloom, operate. And then it begins to decay, which is destroy. You see what I'm saying? You see this in nature all the time. So that's what God is. God is literally a set of natural functions that you see all the time and you do all the time. You literally generate, operate, and destroy in your daily life. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got a box of Fruit Loops. So what you gonna do? You generate the idea to go get those Fruit Loops, right? You go to the store to get those Fruit Loops, and then you organize what? Your finances to pay for those Fruit Loops, right? Well, when you buy those Fruit Loops, you simultaneously destroy the reality without Fruit Loops. See what I'm saying? So that's how it works. That's how God works on just a base level. Then you get into the metaphysical levels of it, where you can generate lightning or fire or air or earth or ice or bend metal or do all these metaphysical things on a high level when you start tap into your metagenetics. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Or what they come and call your junk DNA, which I hate the name. So I'm going to go with your metagenetics, if that's all right with y'all. You see what I'm saying? You continue to tap in. You continue to grow. And your godlike power come online. See that metagene. Well, the metagene. I love that concept of the metagene. Because they let you know that you literally have a superhuman genome. Right? If you got a metagene, they show you in the show. When Dr. Pierce was matching up Jefferson Pierce and Tyson's DNA, grave diggers DNA, they was a complete match. Why? She was matching up their superhuman genome. That's what y'all was seeing here. They showing you the game. So you got a superhuman genome that they don't want y'all to know about. You see what I'm saying? They don't want y'all to know. They don't want y'all to fuck with that aspect of science in the day-to-day life. Because they don't want y'all to have y'all abilities. Because if y'all have y'all abilities, then y'all can protect yourselves. And so what the fuck you need with a police force when you can protect yourself? Number one. Number two, if the police was come after you to attack you, you can fuck them up. You see what I'm saying? Or any other outside entity. So why would they want you to have your abilities? Why would they want you to have the force? You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. Now, how about we get to them daughters now? You see what I'm saying? We talked about Black Lightning, Shango, where he come from, you know, and they really nerfing Black Lightning. Black Lightning is way more powerful than shit. They showing him on a TV show. Like literally, Black Lightning can generate Black Lightning. His name is Black Lightning because he has the ability to generate Black Lightning or their melanin. You see what I'm saying? When he fully harnesses black light, when he fully harnesses his lightning and uses it literally, he tap into the deepest portions of his melanin, he can shoot out literal black lightning. That's why he's called that. You see what I'm saying? It's not just because of the revolutionary side. He literally has the ability to generate melanin bolts. You see what I'm saying? That chaos energy. And incorporate it into his superpowers, which is, in this case, electrokinesis or lightning manipulation. And so he can discharge black lightning out of him. So they nerfing him. He can teleport, he can do all that shit. If you go and look up what he can really do, you see what I'm saying? In the comics. So and he's middle aged, so he's supposed to be a bad motherfucker right now. But they nerfed him. You see what I'm saying? They like I told y'all, they domesticated Black Lightning in the TV show. That's what I meant. Like that's another way they domesticated him. They really not showing what he's really capable of. Like Black Lightning is a bad motherfucker. Go look up what he's capable of. Shit, that motherfucker can teleport and do all other type of crazy ass shit that he can do. So they not even showing you what he really about. You see what I'm saying? So they just showing you him as a family man, and they got this, you know, this feminist propaganda shit going on where they got the women punking him and pushing him around and all type of crazy shit. You know how they do. You know how they do out there in Hollywood. I always got to, you know, domesticate the black man. You know, don't want to see him in his full power. That's why Black Lightning got a season 3 and Luke Cage didn't get a season 3, because Luke Cage wasn't domesticated. Luke Cage was about their life. You see what I'm saying? He was about their life. He wasn't hearing that shit. What's up, Alicia? What's up, Star? So definitely. Now, those daughters. Oh goddamn, we got Anissa, who is Thunder, and then we got Jennifer, who is Lightning. We'll go with Anissa first, since she's the elder daughter. Anissa, who is Thunder, also known as Blackbird. Now, she got a very powerful storyline. She got the Harriet Tubman storyline, the revolutionary. Now, what's going on with her story? What is she about? Now, she is a master of her chi body. You see what I'm saying? As Thunder. You know, before she even had ability, she was a revolutionary anyway. She was fighting for her people, fighting for the community. You know, she was doing it. She was doing her thing. But when she awoke into her godlike powers, you know, being a part of this celestial family, she awoke in a series of chi-like abilities. You know, if she hold her breath, hold her chi inside of her, she can harden her body and manipulate the density and mass of her body to block bullets, swords, all that shit. You see what I'm saying? She can do a lot of things with her powers. You see what I'm saying? She can even use her energy. She can even absorb the chi into her body and discharge it in a shock wave, and it discharges out into the environment. You see what I'm saying? Knocking motherfuckers back, sort of like a force push in Star Wars. She can even stomp the ground and do this exact same thing, knock motherfuckers down. See what I'm saying? Quake the earth with her chi. So she has a chi body. See what I'm saying? Whereas Black Lightning was a master of his electric body. You see what I'm saying? So she was a master of her chi body. If y'all don't know, if y'all never seen the electric body or the chi body, here go some examples here. Here go some examples. Let's see here. This is what the chi body looks like, or the meridian system as it's called in Asia. You see what I'm saying? This is what it looks like. This is what Thunder / Blackbird is harnessing in a TV show. You see what I'm saying? Now then, this is what the electric body looks like. You know, the electrical system. You know, that's what Black Lightning and Lightning are harnessing. Let me see here. I got some better pictures for it. Not that one. Here you go. Another cool picture of the electric body. See what I'm saying? So one more. One that I know y'all know that I had. And that's, of course, the electromagnetic field around you. You see what I'm saying? Of course, the electric body generates an electromagnetic field around you, which is what we call the outer soul. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. Now, how about we get back to it? So, Thunder is a master of her chi body. You see what I'm saying? She got superhuman strength, superhuman speed. She also can she can self-generate as well, regenerate at an accelerated rate. So, what goddess does she represent? She represents Sekhmet. You know, that fiery, warrior-like energy. You know, and with her goddess-like powers, she's able to use that to help save many metals in this TV show. Cause they go on, you know, they use these TV shows to tell us what they're doing, and they go on what? The Freeland becomes occupied due to a war with the Markovians in ASA. So Freedom becomes occupied, and they put up literally an electromagnetic field around the city, and you can't get in and out. See what I'm saying? And you know, they're kidnapping metahumans and locking them up and experimenting on them. You see what I'm saying? And they try to turn them into super soldiers. See, it's the super soldier program all over again. So this is what they did with Black Lightning's forefather Tyson in the show. He was the first super soldier. See what I'm saying? So they had to go out there and fight in their wars and kill and do all those type of crazy shit. So definitely this was going on here. So Anissa, she has two forms representing that divine feminine energy in Thunder, and then she has the Blackbird, which is that dark feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? That goddess with attitude. See what I'm saying? That melanin. So as Thunder, you know, she's the heroic daughter. She's the heroic sidekick of Black Lightning. But as Blackbird, she's a revolutionary, straight war goddess, trying to save the people, trying to save the neighborhood, vigilante, rebel. You see what I'm saying? You call her whatever, outlaw. You call her whatever you want. But she's all about saving her people at this point. And yeah, she used some. Black Lightning was like, man, why you using as Blackbird? You using drug money to heal your life. Well, you gotta take care of yourself before you take care of other people. Here, how she gonna take care of herself, fucking Black Lightning, if she homeless? You see what I'm saying? That's just fucking common logic. It's called being a survivor. So she used some of that money to get her a nice apartment and live the way she wanted to live, and get her a smart home. Actually, she got her a smart home. So she has these abilities, and they're chi-based abilities, war goddess-based abilities, where she harnessing her breath, her chi, to do seemingly amazing things. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's get to my girl Jen. who is my who has my favorite fucking storyline in the whole motherfucking show. That motherfucker, there's the truth. Let's be real. That she got the baddest storyline in the whole motherfucking show. I don't give a damn nobody said. Season 2, we started off. She awakened her abilities at the end of season 1. Season 2, we see her ass in a tub surrounded in gold orange light. I was like, oh, so she literally surrounded in her soul has literally materialized on the physical plane. So much so that you can see it. She meets a goddess in season 2 who was your girl from Living Single. Yeah. The chocolate sister from Living Single. Can't think of her name in the world right now, but y'all can put it in the comment section. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And she trains her in pretty much the ways of the Force. Teaching her how to learn how to use her abilities to control her emotions. See what I'm saying? So she goes through all these changes and transformations, and she ain't nothing like the other two. She ain't really a revolutionary like Black Lightning and Thunder. She straight gangster. Let's be real here. She about that life. Shit. She don't give a fuck about what the revolution, but you get her started, she gonna go and fuck some shit up. You set her off, she gonna come fuck some shit up. You best believe that. You see what I'm saying? So she got the best storyline in the show, man. The ability she awakened. Like she awakened abilities every other episode. Even in season 2, the things she was doing was pretty good. But in season 3, they had her doing some miraculous shit. I'm sorry. She, like, Odell, who is the leader of ASA, had her ascend into the heavens and become Homo Cosmicus. Like I've been telling you, she becomes like the Phoenix. She becomes a Phoenix. She literally started harnessing cosmic energy, pulling that cosmic energy into her, and she literally became like the sun. Like, they telling you what you capable of. They telling you, melanated people, like what y'all are capable of. Y'all are the soul beings on the planet. So y'all harness your cosmic energy both from the heavens and from the earth and from within your own soul. You can become like the sun. You can become a phoenix. You see what I'm saying? That's what she became. She I was like, damn, they put this in the show. Like, a lot of people was like, well, they did it in Dark Phoenix, Marvel. Yeah, but it was the melanated sister, so it was home. Because the melanated woman, especially over here in Northwest in America, you see what I'm saying? North America, we are known as the soul people. Like, you know, you go further south, you know, it's more that fire energy. It's more the fire, you know, which is soul in a different form. You know, you go to Meso in Southern America, it's more the fire. You see what I'm saying? They got fire in them. They got that liquid fire in them. But when you come up here up north, we are known as the soul people. Your blood, liquid soul, because it's mostly plasma, liquid soul. Everything about you is a soul-based being. And they know this. They know this. That's why they study us harder than they study any other being on the planet, because they know that the soul inside of us can't be beat. So, because we got the most of it. So that's why they work the hardest to keep us oppressed, suppressed, and locked down mentally, physically, spiritually, and soulfully. You see what I'm saying? The last thing they want you to do is get in tune with that divine spark inside of you. Because your inner divinity, your inner fire, your inner sun can fuck this shit up. They know your soul is a weapon of mass destruction. You see, I was having a conversation with one of my Star Seed homies yesterday, and we was going through the different levels. Like, yeah, you got physical, you know, you can fuck some shit up physically. Then you got the mind, you can fuck some shit up mentally. Hell, you can, even with your spirit, with your life force, guided by that consciousness of yours, you can fuck some shit up. But with your soul, you wipe out a whole state if you want to. You really get into your soul-based abilities, you wipe out a whole state. You can move moons and open portals on the sun and goddamn quake the earth. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. When you tap into that soul, you see what I'm saying? That the inner divinity, that divine spark inside of you, that rook, as the Sumerians called it. They called it a rook. And you know, the study of the soul was rookism. If y'all ever heard of the term, it was rookism. You know, they were the scientists. So out of all of us over there in Sumeria. So when they studied that shit, they was like, oh yeah. And they seen that those people over there in the northwest of the planet got the most soul out of everybody. They was like, yeah, they got it. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people ask me, how you tap into these abilities? You see what I'm saying? How you get in tune with them? First, you gotta meditate. Why we recommend meditation first? Meditation is the practice of getting in tune with and becoming like God. Because you got to go in there and clean that shit up out of you. Shadow work first. You got to clean yourself up first before you can tap into your abilities. You got to see yourself as a soul, as a spirit, as a mind, as a God. You see what I'm saying? As a celestial being. But before you do that, you got to get rid of all them traumas. All the shit that's weighing you down. You know, what's really making you dense is your traumas. You see what I'm saying? The more trauma you have locked inside of you, trapped in your shadow, the more dense you are. But when you go inside yourself and you begin to move all that shit out the way, remember each trial and tribulation you conquer is its own reward. So the more you clean that shit out, the more you confront all them fears, all the pain, all the suffering, the more stronger you become, the lighter you become. And as you notice, the more you unlock your abilities. You see what I'm saying? Just cleaning yourself out is worth its weight in gold. You see what I'm saying? Rebuilding your temple. What is your temple? This is your temple. You see what I'm saying? Once you rebuild your temple, you know, modify it, do some feng shui, move some shit around, upgrade some things, you know, get that temple right, get that force right inside of you, you know, get that energy flowing properly, clean up the air like you would do a physical house. You got to do that for your inner house. Once you do that, just like, and if you ever notice you clean up your house and you sit down, you just feel the natural energy in your house just flowing properly and naturally. And it just feels good to just be in your house. Well, no different for your temple. When you clean that shit up, when you clean up all that darkness inside of you, all that pain, all that suffering, all that misery, all that slave mentality, all that wasting your emotional energies on bullshit, the people you don't really care about, people that don't really care about you, all that other crazy shit you're doing, then your energy becomes cleansed. It becomes transparent. You begin to see this life energy flow through you now. You can see it in your mind's eye. Because when you clean all that shit out of you, you can see inside yourself, internal vision. And now you can see that energy flow up from your feet, all through your body, nourishing you. You see what I'm saying? Giving you power, giving you strength, giving you force now. Now, you unlocking your spiritual body, your meridian system now. Once that gets healthy inside of you, now you can tap into your abilities. But how do you tap into your abilities? You know, you watch TV shows like Star Wars, Black Lightning in this case, and you see them use this ability. You feel that warmth inside of you. You feel that inner sun inside of you. That's your soul, and you know that it can be done. The problem is your spirit has forgotten how to do it. So, in comes methodology. Now you just need a catalyst to tap in. You know, I used to, when I first started out practicing my abilities, you know, I used to take a little piece of paper, put it down on the table, and just focus, and just work and discharge my chi until one day it actually happened. It just projected out of me and hit the piece of paper and knocked it down. So you got to remind your spirit what it's capable of, because it has forgotten. It's been hit on the head, locked down, shut down. So you got to go and exercise it. You see what I'm saying? Your spiritual body just like your physical body. When you go into the weight room, lift weights, make it stronger, you're able to do more with it, right? You're able to run faster. You're able to fucking lift more weights, become stronger. You become more durable. You see what I'm saying? Your body becomes harder. See what I'm saying? Iron palm, iron armor. See what I'm saying? You become more swifter, more agile. You see what I'm saying? You begin to move faster. You begin to think faster, because when your body is healthy, then your mind is healthy. You see what I'm saying? That healthy body leads to that healthy mind. Because if you ever ran and then you meditated after you ran and did your exercise and everything, that's probably some of the most beautiful meditation you'll ever have, because you got it coming out of you. You see what I'm saying? You got this energy flowing out of you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on. So you gotta exercise your spirit. You see what I'm saying? You gotta build up them energetic muscles again. You gotta lift energetic weights now. You gotta go within and do spiritual exercise. You see what I'm saying? You gotta build up your spiritual stamina, your spiritual endurance, your spiritual agility, your spiritual strength. You see what I'm saying? The more you do that, the more your energetic muscles begin to build up and expand. And just like you do with your physical body, the more you're able to do with your spiritual body. See what I'm saying? It's all science. You see what I'm saying? That's why we call it spirit science, because there's a science to it. It's a body. They used to tell me in my Kung Fu class, in my Tai Chi class, oh, you can practice the forms all day, but until you build up a Kung Fu body, a Tai Chi body, then you ain't really there yet. You ain't become Tai Chi or Kung Fu. See what I'm saying? So you gotta build up if you want to unlock your spiritual abilities, then you gotta build up a spiritual body. You see what I'm saying? A forceful body that force energy can travel to and project out of you and to do seemingly amazing things. And you do this with a catalyst. You see what I'm saying? You just do chi exercise. Plenty of them on YouTube. To show you, aerokinesis. Go outside and practice air bending. One day you'll get it right. See what I'm saying? It may take you a while to manipulate the air, as it's the easiest element because it's the lightest element. You see what I'm saying? So start with air. Outside of your chi abilities, air's the next best thing because it's the lightest element. Then you can move on to fire. Then you can move on to water. Then you can move on to earth, which is the hardest element. You see what I'm saying? So it's air, fire, water, and earth. I think they actually showed you that in the Avatar show. He was already an airbender, so he had to go master. I think he mastered water second in that show, and then he went to fire. Then he went to earth. You see what I'm saying? So. But if you're going by what's denser, then air and fire are the two lightest elements. Then water. Then earth. You see what I'm saying? So then you can move on to storm manipulation and all those other cool abilities. You see what I'm saying? But you got to start somewhere. You got to practice. Practice makes perfect, right? And you don't. Most people will tell you, oh, you practice to get better. Nah, you don't automatically get better. You practice to get rid of shit you don't need, like doubt, fear, hesitation, clumsiness. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's what you really train to get rid of. See what I'm saying? If some shit pop off today, do you believe in yourself enough to know that you can focus on your soul and protect yourself in that moment? Can you summon a chant from out of you? Can you summon your abilities when you need them the most? A popular Sith Lord in the Star Wars series, and I was reading his one of his texts. He said, "Oh, you can't call yourself a true Sith Lord if you can't summon the Force when you need it the most." You see what I'm saying? And use it when you need it the most. Can you really do that? Can you summon your abilities when you need it the most? Is there doubt there when you think about it? You see what I'm saying? Like, oh man, where does some shit pop out right now? Do I have enough faith in my abilities to say, oh shit, some shit about to pop off? I got this. You see what I'm saying? See, that's what I trained in my Force abilities to do. I trained to acquire that self-confidence in my abilities. See, now I'm good. I know some shit pop off today. Y'all have heard my story. Some shit pop off today. I can tap in whenever I fucking feel like it. It don't matter what ability comes out. That don't matter. Whether it's your telekinesis, whether it's your pyrokinesis or electrokinesis or water bending, whatever. It don't matter what ability comes out of you. What matters is you have enough confidence inside of you to believe in yourself to pull those abilities out of you when you need them the most. That's what it is to have superpowers or super abilities. You see what I'm saying? Do Black Lightning look like he's scared to use lightning when he need it? Hell no. He go out there and whoop some ass because he has the confidence in himself to know he can harness that shit when he needs it the most. So that's the true lesson behind anything. It ain't just about using it. Can you become it? You see what I'm saying? It ain't just about you using the Force. It's about you learning that you are the Force. You see what I'm saying? You are what you are. You gotta be what you trying to use. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If you go to the store and you walk up to a butcher, you just watch him, he just chop shit up, and he don't even think about it. It's because he is in the moment of being a butcher. He is a butcher in that moment. You see what I'm saying? He don't know nothing else but being a butcher in that moment. That's what you gotta become. I can tell y'all stories all day. One of my favorites. I was at the lake one day. And I wasn't even supposed to be out here. It was like 1 o'clock, but I ain't had shit to do. So I came out to the lake late at night. Police rolled up on me. And I had a choice. I could either be in fear of the police or I can be in confidence of my abilities. And I chose the force. I chose my abilities. And when I chose my abilities over the fear of the police, then those energies projected out of me and he just kept going. Knowing he had every reason in that moment to pull his ass over, come out here and fuck with me, because y'all know cops has fucked with people for less. He had the right. It's literally a sign that it said you shouldn't be out here past dusk or past evening time, right? So he had every right in the world to pull over and fucking attack me. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? He had every right, but he didn't, because I chose in that moment to have confidence in my force and my abilities versus being fearful of his energy. You see what I'm saying? Of the cop energy, the police energy, the police force. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to be. That's what a true gift is. The mind, the spirit, the soul, the body operating as one. But you got to have confidence in yourself. You got to have enough charisma and knowing inside of you to know. I remember the day it happened. I remember the night I was walking on that mountain. I was working at a country club, and I was walking into the country club, and it hit me. I finally achieved that realization where I was like, you know what? It don't matter what the fuck happened at this point in my life. I know there's some shit pop off. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta train yourself to that point where you that's a realization you have to achieve. You see what I'm saying? It's a realization. You have to achieve that awareness that whenever pop off, you good. You got the force inside of you to know that when some shit pop off, that it's gonna pop off. You see what I'm saying? You got enough confidence inside of you that when shit get real, you get real. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta be. That's what you gotta be. That's the lessons I think that most people are missing when it comes to superpowers. You see what I'm saying? It ain't just about the physical aspects. You know, of course, the physical aspects are important. Why are the physical aspects important? You know, when I was in my force studies at the time, you know, they made a very fucking powerful point. Yeah, you can control the force inside of you. You can even sense it. You can even sense the environment around you. But if you can't reach out and touch the environment, then you're going to always experience a level of disconnection from it. And that's the that's the lesson of alteration. Learn how to alter the environment with your will, with your mind, with your spirit. You see what I'm saying? With your life force, with your chi, as we said. So that's what it's about. You gotta have enough experiences with your abilities to know. No doubt. You see what I'm saying? No hesitation. You gotta bring it out when it matters the most. Can you summon it when it matters the most? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if you have doubt when you ask yourself that question, then you need to go train. The moment you feel that doubt inside you, that means you need to go train in that particular aspect. You see what I'm saying? You need to tell your soul I'm ready to go into the school of the force and train in my psychic abilities for such amount of time until I get that shit right. What's up, Robert? You see what I'm saying? Until I get that shit right. Once I get it right, once I come out of school, once I graduate, you graduate when you come to the realization that you can tap into your powers whenever the fuck you feel like it. And you gonna be tested. Don't get it twisted. Once you achieve that realization, once you complete your Jedi training and your Jedi trials, you go out to the real world. Best believe in the real world's gonna fucking test you. Let's see if this motherfucker about what he said he about. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, cause that's not the only cop situation I've had. You see, I've had cop situations where they pulled me over, gave me tickets, but the tickets were null and void because of the wrong jurisdiction. Because they couldn't give me a ticket. You see what I'm saying? They pulled me over, and there was some cops. My force was so strong on that day, they couldn't even give me the ticket, period. See what I'm saying? They couldn't even give me, they just told me, they just let me go. Like, all right, just let him go. Shit, just let him go. Hell, we can't do shit with him. That's what you gotta be about. It's a knowing. It's a state of mind. You know, accessing your superpowers is a state of mind, a state of consciousness. It ain't just about having your abilities. It's being your abilities. Can you be fire? Can you be water? Can you be it all? You see what I'm saying? Can you move all your abilities inside of you at once? All your internal forces inside of you at once. Matter of fact, a lot of people tell you that, you know, you're supposed to break up your forces. You're supposed to focus on Oshun. You're supposed to focus on Ogun. Nah, you ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to break up your aspects like that. You're supposed to use all your aspects as one singular entity. It's supposed to be one singular intelligence inside of you. What if you could use Ogun, Oshun, fucking Shango, and goddamn Oya all at once? How about that? How about that? What if you could use all that force all at once as one singular intelligence, one singular will, one singular force? You see what I'm saying? One singular power. That's what you truly trying to get to when we talk about superpowers. You see what I'm saying? Super abilities. See what I'm saying? So I think those are the unwritten rules to this shit. You see what I'm saying? Beyond the science and the practices and everything, it's the state of mind, the state of consciousness. You see what I'm saying? You know, I put it in the post. You know, a lot of people ask me, how does it start? Like, what do you even start? It starts off like it's like anything. It starts off as an instinct. Wild instinct. That gut. Your lower chakras actually alert you first before your high chakras a lot of times. Then it rises up to your heart chakra and it becomes a feeling. Then it rises up to your crown chakra and it becomes a knowing. But if you train yourself in the spiritual arts, that feeling, that instinct, and that knowing become one single intelligence. See what I'm saying? And that's the art of true sensing. You see what I'm saying? That's what sensing is. See what I'm saying? And control. So now, when we get into the control, like, another question when we said control, like, can you harness your force at will? Like, can you move your chi in your body at will? If I focus my finger right now, can you summon your chi to that finger with just your mind and intent? You see what I'm saying? What is intent? Intention. You know your awareness. Can you move that state of energy to that one place and build it up inside that one place? You see what I'm saying? So this is what we're talking about. You know, control, sensing, and alter. Control it inside of you first. Learn how to manipulate the energy inside of you first. Sensing. Learn how to listen to your instincts, your feelings, your perceptions, your knowings. You know, all that is one. You gotta learn to pay attention to your senses. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention to your energetic information center that's inside of you, your danger sense. If you're in danger right now, you know, when we talk about intuition, if you're in danger right now, would you even listen to it? You see what I'm saying? If you was walking to a dark alley right now and you felt like you shouldn't go in that dark alley, would you listen or would you keep going into that dark alley? Because the crazy part is most people get killed not because motherfuckers attacked them, but because they didn't listen to their danger sense, their internal alert system that lets them know that some shit about to pop off in their reality. They ignore that shit. I mean, they really ignore it. Like, if you ask a person right now that got fucked up and lived to tell the story about it, what did you feel before it happened? They would tell you, oh, I felt bad. And then you ask them, then why you didn't listen to the feeling? They would say, because why would I listen to that? I don't know what that is. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference between you and them. You have to be conscious of your feelings. That danger sense inside of you is your internal alert system. You see, you remember how motherfuckers used to pull fire alarms at school to let you know there's a fire happening? Well, you had that inside of you. Goddamn, when some shit about to pop off in your reality, your spirit, your higher self, pull that fire alarm. Yo, it's about to happen. I'll give y'all a good example. You know, when I was still doing the church shit, I was walking home from it was like a pastor's dinner way back when, and walking home, and as I'm walking, I hear dogs in the background, and it was a bunch of dogs too. You can hear them. They like roo roo roo. And before I got to them, I stopped in the middle of the street because I just felt real bad all of a fucking sudden. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I shouldn't go that way. So I took the opposite direction instead and just went around them. And I tell y'all, how you know you get out of danger, you start feeling better. Like, you start feeling better, like, okay. That if I had not listened to that intuition, that danger sense, I'd probably fucked up right now. Cause I couldn't even see all the dogs that was there, but it was a congregation of dogs. I can tell you that much. It was at least 8 to 10 of them motherfuckers from what I could see with my physical eyes, cause it was dark where they was sitting there. So I walk around, and when as I walked the other way, I started to feel better because I got myself out of danger. That's what we talking about. Will you listen to stuff like that? You see what I'm saying? Listening. You see what I'm saying? You gotta listen to yourself. This is what we mean by superpowers. Your superpowers start with you believing in them first and listening to them. You know, I used to just practice all the time, just listening to my intuition and my perception. I used to see shit in the sky. It may not have been a fucking spaceship, but I told myself it was something other than the norm. You see what I'm saying? I knew that much. I may not have fucking charted it and tell you what it was, but I can tell you something out of the norm just to accept the intuitive information that I received when I looked at it. You see what I'm saying? The intuitive perception that I receive, and that actually levels up your intuitive abilities. So you know, when we talk about these abilities, you know, that's what we talking about. This is what we mean by superpower training. You know, you gotta believe in that shit first. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that if some shit pop off right now, that training, those trials and tribulations that you went through doing your Jedi training, is gonna come forth when you need it the most. You see what I'm saying? And you gonna shock yourself. You gonna even go beyond your training in the real world, because now you got real world experience that ensures or backs up that training you went through. And so that real world experience is gonna push you past your training into realms you never even knew existed. So that's how this works. That's how this works. You know, that's what's going on here. So when we look at TV shows like Black Lightning, you know, star seeds, cause that's all green light babies are, star seeds. You know, those with the spiritual gifts down here getting it. And these motherfuckers gave them drugs to activate those abilities before it was time for them to activate them, and it will drive them crazy or whatever it would do. And it took the guy that said shot to figure out a way to, you know, stop that from happening. So yeah, what was I? Jean. You had Jean here. You know, she became the master after a while. She was a motherfucker in this TV show. Her whole storyline is fire. You know, I was at the part where she had became like a phoenix. Well, when she came back down to Earth after she got through ascending or whatever, she came back down and she met this dude by the name of Brandon, who was an earthbender, and they balanced each other out. You see what I'm saying? Heaven and earth. You see what I'm saying? She was heaven, he was earth. And he was a bad motherfucker as well. And when they connect their abilities together, they can do some amazing things. You know, that feminine and masculine energy coming together. So definitely. Then you got Khalil. You know, they turned this nigga into a fucking cyborg, and he had to conquer his dark side. Pretty much that was his storyline in season 3. He had to conquer his dark side. You see what I'm saying? They had him kill his own mama. And you know, which was real uncool. You know, you had him kill his family member just to prove your experiment worse. That's fucked up. See what I'm saying? So we got a lot going on here. He conquers his dark side eventually. You know. Now, the war of the Markovians and the ASA over the Starseed. What is that talking about? That's basically the U.S. Super Soldier Program versus the Russian Super Soldier Program. But if you ask me, Marvin, who right, the ASA or the Markovians? My answer is neither. Because they both trying to enslave you in their own way. You see what I'm saying? And that's what Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce realized. And they show like, nah, the ASA and fucking the Markovians fucked up. You see what I'm saying? They both fucked up because they both trying to turn us into their super soldiers to fight their international wars. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. That's what you gotta watch out. Both of them were fucked up. Neither one had the Starseeds' best interests at heart. Only the Starseeds had their best interests at heart. You see what I'm saying? Because they didn't. These motherfuckers wanted to take their Starseed energy and destroy each other with it. They was basically fighting a civil war. Because why is the planet in one big civil war? You see what I'm saying? This Earth Alliance versus the Deep State. That's all you seeing. The ASA is the Earth Alliance, and fucking the Markovians is the so-called Deep State, right? But it's really just one big civil war. It's them fighting each other, as I've been telling y'all. It's a planetary civil war. These what you call them, indictments and all this shit. They all thing they really doing is attacking each other. Why? But why? They're trying to appease the Nibirians because they know that their destruction is at hand, so they gotta do something other than what the fuck they was doing. So this is the best thing they come up with. They gave you the concept of Nasara, which is their idea of what? A utopian society. Something I'm quite sure they could have been implemented if they truly wanted to, but they don't want a utopian society. They want to keep you a slave. They want to keep you debt slaves. They want to continue to rule over you. The Archon inside them, the Archonic spirit inside them won't allow them to institute a utopian society. And the Archons themselves won't allow them to institute a utopian society. You see what I'm saying? That's what's happening here. That's what's happening. So even now, as they try to clean their shit up, that they've been fucking up with for the last 6,000 to 10,000 years, since they've been here. They try to clean their shit up now, and it's too much to clean up at one time. There's nowhere here they're gonna clean it all up in time enough for Nibiru to get here. And the Nibirians know that. They even gave him a 50-year head start, and they didn't even listen. When I told y'all they came in the 1970s and warned them to clean their shit up, so they gave them 50 years. They didn't listen. They didn't start cleaning their shit up until 5 years ago, in 2015, when they started talking about this Space Force, which they don't have. They don't even have a Space Force. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. You see what I'm saying? If they had a Space Force, they been gone. You see what I'm saying? They may have Stargates to other, I give you them. They got Stargates to other places, but they ain't got a Space Force. If they had a Space Force, they been up out this bitch. They been up out this piece. What the fuck they waiting on? See what I'm saying? If they had this intergalactic Space Force and they hiring you to be part of the so-called Space Force, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, to be part of that shit, and you have no proof that it even exists. It's just hearsay. That's what I'm talking about. With they shit, you never can see what the fuck they got going on. It's always hearsay. Cause like I said, the reason why I don't believe shit they say is they say they cleaning it up, busting these pedophiles and shit, but you ain't seen not one Starseed return to their family member. No articles of them saving the kids. Matter of fact, you would think that if they bust up a pedophile ring, there would be a whole special on them freeing the kids. They love attention. So why we ain't seen that yet? What's going on here? Why we ain't seen the kids, the Starseeds? Because they Starseed trafficking. They not human trafficking. They Starseed trafficking. You see what I'm saying? So in Earthseed trafficking, which I'll get into them at a later lecture. So you ain't even seen the kids yet. All these so-called kids and ladies and girls and teenagers that they've been kidnapping, you ain't seen not one group pop back up. See what I'm saying? Not one. Come on now, give me at least one squad that pop back up. You ain't seen not one squad pop back up yet of Starseeds that they've kidnapped. So that's what leads me to believe is bullshit. Like, follow the Starseeds. Yeah, at this point, you ain't even got to follow the blood trail. Follow the Starseeds. Like, where your Starseeds at, people? Where all these kidnapped children at? all over the planet that they've been talking about and trafficking and enslaving. Where they at? Why you ain't seen them resurface yet? If they so-called clean this shit up. You see what I'm saying? And goddamn, you can't tell me that if they so-called made some busts, they ain't found no kids in them. You see what I'm saying? You mean tell me you ain't found 100 kids, 1,000 kids, 10,000 kids yet? And you been at this for 3 to 5 years now? Come on now, y'all. Come on now, I call bullshit. You see, you gotta call bullshit sometimes. On the shit they say is nothing but hearsay. It's nothing but drama. Nothing but one big drama. And hearsay. You see what I'm saying? Till they tell me otherwise. And they ain't showed you otherwise. If anything, them motherfuckers running up on the ground, as you well know. They running from your ass, or running from somebody or something, which we know are celestial bodies and beings that's rolling up. The Bureau is just one. One celestial body that done rolled back up. They didn't destroy you, but you got like 8 or 9 other celestial bodies that done rolled up on their asses that they scared of, who they pissed off. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, there you go, Brandon. Some UFOs can cloak themselves as choppers. There you go. So you best believe, you know, this is not what it appears to be. All wars based on deception. So everything they said, everything they say right now, you should take it. You should take with a grain of salt until you see some evidence. You ain't seen no evidence of the shit that they said. These advanced technologies, none of that shit. You ain't seen no evidence of it. You only have heard what they said. The only thing you've seen so far is the indictments. You know, that's the only thing you give them credit for. Because that's what you've seen. You've seen the paperwork. You know, now whether they're going to indict them and put them in jail or have trials or whatever, you don't know that because you ain't seen that. The only thing you seen is the paperwork of the indictment. So they have put that out. They have put that forth. You can go look up the people that they've been they've indicted. But other than that, you ain't really seen shit else. You know what? Tell me other things that you've seen from these motherfuckers, other than hearsay. You know what they said they doing. Even the articles, you know, is what they said they doing. It's not what we seeing. You know, you've been trained to deal in reality. What is, not the possibilities. You know, we can always hope, you know, that things get better. We can always believe in the possibility of things getting better. But that's what we want to see. That's not what is. What is that the only thing we've seen from these motherfuckers so far is sealed indictments. You see what I'm saying? And the possibility of them going to go lock these motherfuckers up. You see what I'm saying? That's all we've seen from them so far. You know. So you know, and a few CEOs to step down. That's all the evidence we have. You know, space forces and all that shit. You ain't seen not one spaceship by them. You know. They say they got a large space force. Then why they ain't patrolling the skies with spaceships? You know, you gotta ask yourself these questions like, what they waiting on? You know, if it's game time, you got fucking celestial beings that they rolled up on you, fucking you up like the Russians said they warring with the Anunnaki right now. Then what you waiting on? You know, any motherfucker with common sense would say, why is you holding your best technologies and shit back from these beings if you at war with them? Use your common sense here. You know, you haven't seen anything of worth. You know, they got a space force and they warring with interdimensional beings, and they got these advanced technologies to war with these interdimensional beings. Then why they ain't using it? Why they getting their ass kicked by them? You see what I'm saying? Ask yourself these questions. You know, you can hope. I don't rely on hope, you know, especially from these motherfuckers, because they ain't showed you nothing. You know, we've been hoping they gonna get their shit together for the last 6,000 years. And look where that shit got us. So why should we treat this situation any different? You know, always proceed with an air of suspicion, common sense, and logic when it comes to your enemy. You see what I'm saying? Never believe in what your enemy said. Know thyself, know thy team, know thy environment, and know thy enemy. Those are the 4 rules of war. You see what I'm saying? To have a good, stable foundation in war. You gotta know yourself, know what you're capable of, know your strengths and weaknesses. You gotta know your team because you gotta know what they capable of and what their strengths and weaknesses are, and so you can place them in the proper places according to their strengths. You see what I'm saying? And keep them out of situations that play on their weaknesses. That's what know thy team is. Know thy environment. You gotta know what you're dealing with. What is you dealing with? You dealing with a forest? You dealing with a desert? You dealing with a mountain? You see what I'm saying? You dealing with lakes? You dealing with marshes? What is you dealing with? You see what I'm saying? What type of terrain are you dealing with? And of course, know thy enemy. You have to gather as much intel on your enemy as possible. And so far, the intel we've gathered is not strong enough to support the shit that they talking about. See what I'm saying? You know, the quarantine is the biggest shit we've seen so far from these motherfuckers. They've been talking about it for 3 years, but the quarantine is the biggest shit we've seen from them. So, and we all know they created that shit themselves. So just to create the quarantine. So far, we haven't seen anything of value on that level to believe in what they saying. See what I'm saying? You shouldn't even believe in what they saying. So that's what I'm saying. So always proceed, especially when you're dealing with people who you know have been doing nothing but treacherous shit. You have a history of doing nothing but treacherous shit. Well, just because it's a new day, a new age, they're gonna change in 5 minutes? Nah. You know, always proceed with an air of caution when you're dealing with dangerous motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Now, of course, with Black Lightning, you know, I cover the main shit. ASA, you know, that's supposed to be the alliance. Markovian's supposed to be deep state. They wanted to set it up to where the Black Lightning and everybody war with work for the alliance and war with the deep state. But come to find out, the alliance and the deep state is fucked up. So the only people that they could trust was themselves, the Starseeds. See what I'm saying? The green light babies. The only thing they could trust was themselves. The Order of Starseeds gotta have the Order of Starseeds' best interests at heart. Gotta have their own back. Because you got motherfuckers like that. So what happened? When the Starseeds start trusting in themselves and getting their shit together, then they whooped the ASA ass. And they also whooped the Markovians' ass. Because neither one could stand up to the combined force of all those guys and goddesses working as a team. You see what I'm saying? That's what we mean, know thy team. Now, it was important part of the show where at the end, they went over everything. They told you the histories, all the fucked up shit they've been doing to the indigenous black man and woman over the years. You see what I'm saying? They cracked the code, showed you the first black super soldier, yada 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 yada. And you know, the court system had to rule in favor of Black Lightning and everybody. You see what I'm saying? So in the Starseeds, they had to bow to us because we caught them in all their fuckery, and we went to their court system and showed them their fuckery for the most part. So they had to shut the fuck up and bow down. So the Star family, which was Black Lightning and Thunder, and Set Shot, Miss Lynn Pierce, had to do what they had to do. See what I'm saying? They walked away victorious. So there was a lot to be taken away from this TV show and the fuckery that's going on. The lesson is trust no one outside of your own Starseed brethren and sistren. They have proven themselves to be trustworthy now. You know, some Starseeds and Starseeds have chosen to work for the enemy. Best believe it. You know them as your celebrities. Most celebrities are Starseeds, if y'all didn't know that. Rihanna, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all the motherfuckers are Starseeds. They chose to sleep with the enemy. See what I'm saying? That's why it was so powerful with their musics and shit that they was doing, because they were Starseeds. But they decided to use their force against us. You see what I'm saying? So you have those. You know, every war has its traitors. So they and now they getting dealt with according to this government. But my prophecy is they gonna go up on the ground. They just said in an article, all essential personnel are to immediately report to underground facilities. That's an article that's out on Facebook. You go on my page and check that shit out for yourselves. You know, I'm not making that shit up. They literally have an article saying that. So go check that out, read up on it, and see for yourselves what we've been telling you. They going up on the ground. They not staying up here. A martial law and all that shit is a distraction. You know, to give them time to go up underground. You know, they telling you look left, well, while over here on the right, they doing some, they doing their work. They doing their dirt like they've always done. That's called misdirection. You see what I'm saying? That's a hypnotic ability. Misdirection is based off what? Like John Travolta told you in Swordfish. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. So if I show you one thing, your eyes and ears see and hear it, and the mind begins to believe it. Whereas over here on the right, since you paying attention to that, I'm doing some other shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing some other shit contrary to what I'm showing you. That's what misdirection is. So best believe this Black Lightning show is very powerful in their way and showing you what the fuck is going on. The last thing I want to touch with the Black Lightning is the parallel universes. Oh shit. Now, Black Lightning showed you and Lightning showed you some shit in the show. We're gonna start with Lightning first since she kicked it off in the show. Lightning, who is Jen in the show, she met her other selves from alternate Earths. And they made their decisions and did what they supposed to do. And she had to make the decision to, you know, based off, you know, what they all three. She had to come to terms with her path, plus she had to weigh the options of what her other two selves did on their planets, on their Earth. And you know, she made the right decision, cause one of them was working for Odell. She got fucked up cause she contaminated the water, and so they locked her up. The other one who worked with Odell was a straight fucking Sith Lord. She was so deadly, she went and killed her own family. That's how deadly she became. Jen, from the Earth that y'all know and love, decided to against both their decisions. Said, I'm not fucking with Odell at all. if both of y'all got fucked up about Odell, why would I trust him at all? So she chose a different path. The Sith version of her even said, "Oh, you must be the woke one." Out the three of us, yeah, she the woke one. She the conscious one, super conscious one. Out the three of y'all, so she chose right and she rebelled against Odell, and that saved her from his bullshit. You see what I'm saying? From his bullshit. And so what happened in the show was the timelines collapsed, and Black Lightning was transported to a time period where he met Superman and all the other Justice League and joined up with him, and they had to fight to they fought in a temporal war to collapse all the timeline where only one Earth, one prime Earth exists, one timeline exists, and the other dream timelines disappear. Now, let me talk about how that works in our reality. Now, as you well know, all our timelines are collapsing for the most part because Mother Earth is waking up. When these archons attacked her and shut her down, she went to sleep. She began to dream. And what do you do when you dream? You create multiple possibilities. So Mother Earth, Mother Heart, Mother Tiamat, you know, Mother Gaia created multiple dream Earths. You see what I'm saying? Multiple dream Earths. You see what I'm saying? And these dream Earths, you know, multiple events and multiple situations happen different from what was going on prime Earth, you know, the actual Earth. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell y'all something. All star seeds are not from prime Earth. Y'all actually born in a different dream Earths, and that's why all y'all have different histories. All y'all have different perspectives on how the ancient history of Earth went, because y'all are from different dream Earths, and those dream timelines, those dream realities had their own timeline of events, which you are privy to. Like myself, is from an alternate dream Earth. On my dream Earth, Malcolm X didn't die in 1968. Him and Martin Luther King died the same year. But on Prime Earth, he died in 1965. You see what I'm saying? He died 3 years before Martin Luther King. So on this Earth, it's a different situation. Now, when we got, there was a point where the timeline started collapsing around 2017. And we all got transported to Prime Earth. And y'all know, if y'all notice, the world was way more fucked up once we got transported to Prime Earth than it was in your dream Earths. Have y'all noticed that? Like, we got here like, damn, how in just 10 years the world went to shit? That's been a primary question among the Starseed community. Like, how the world just went to shit like this? The answer is the world was always this fucked up, but we were on other dream Earths, dream possibilities, dream timelines. And when Mother Earth started waking up, those dream timelines started to collapse. And us Starseeds got transported here to Prime Earth. Now, how you know we on Prime Earth? All of a sudden, everybody know about the Archons. When I was on Dream Earth, on my Dream Earth, the Archons were a footnote. You know, we talked about them, but they weren't of importance. We talked about the Demiurge, we went over it, but they weren't of importance like they are on Prime Earth. You see what I'm saying? Like the Dracos, all of them. Yeah, we knew about them on my Dream Earth. We talked about them, but they were footnotes. You see what I'm saying? Everybody on my Dream Earth was about the occult science. You see what I'm saying? They was about getting the fuck up out of here. Now, you may have different scenarios on your Dream Earth, dream histories that you can share, and that's what this is about. That's what this period is about. This age of information is about. Us sharing what we went through on those other Dream Earths, and y'all telling y'all dream histories. And if you notice, how you know these people are right? When they tell their dream histories, it feels true. Although you didn't even go through that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, damn. But you can see that they went through it because they was on the alternate Earth. You see what I'm saying? They was on an alternate Earth. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Alexis, the Mandela effect is a result. See, the Mandela effect is a result of Mother Earth waking up. And so all those timelines start crashing together and everything start altering and shit because Mother Earth started waking up and we got transported to the Prime Earth. So everything that's on Prime Earth usurped all the other Dream Earths. You see what I'm saying? So all those timelines, those dream lines, as we gonna call them, start fading away. You see what I'm saying? So everything that happened on Prime Earth actually became the mandatory possibility. You see what I'm saying? The mandatory, the mandatory reality. So if everything on they didn't rewrite nothing like they telling you with this Mandela effect. Nah, what happened is Mother Earth started waking up and we got transported to her Prime Earth. And on her Prime Earth, everything goes because Prime Earth is the real Earth. You see what I'm saying? Now y'all starting to see how this go. Like Black Lightning told you. We collapsed all the timeline and only one Prime Earth exists now. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. That's what's going on here. That's what y'all seeing in these shows, and so that's why all y'all got different histories, different experiences. Everybody wondering what the fuck just happened, and that's a key occurrence that I've noticed on Prime Earth. Everybody knows about the Archons on Prime Earth, like on some level, in some shape, form, or fashion. Whether they know about them as the AI Archons, AI, artificial intelligence, you know, Ghost in the Machine, ETs, extraterrestrial race, whether they know about them as the physical Archons, you know, elites, eating adrenochrome, kidnapping kids, yada 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 yada, you know, or whether they know them as the supernatural Archons like the Gnostics, you know, running the astral realms, goddamn building heavens, doing all type of crazy shit, you know, to keep us locked down in their material system, you know. So everybody know about these beings on some level. And I found it interesting, the awareness of them shot up between 2017 and now. You see what I'm saying? The awareness of these beings shot up. Of course, the Dracos, of course, various other groups, tall whites, the Greys, You know, anybody who associated with these archons, this Arcanian Republic, you see what I'm saying? You know, so definitely. So that's the last thing I want to leave y'all with. Parallel reality, parallel universes. Yeah, we were all the star seeds incarnated on different dream Earth, because Mother Earth was still sleeping when we incarnated, right? Makes fucking sense. Makes perfect sense now. So when she woke up, we was all transported to Prime Earth, and Prime Earth had its own shit going on. And what we found out is shit that's going on Prime Earth was way more fucked up than what was happening on our Dream Earth. Because I can tell you, 2008 and 2018 were two very different fucking years. We realized how fucked up the world really was in that 10-year time span. You see what I'm saying? That 10-year time span, a lot of shit happened. And it happened quick. You see what I'm saying? So now we in 2020, and we on Prime Earth, and we cleaning up Prime Earth now. You know, all the star seeds have reported for duty. That's why Call of Duty is one of the most popular games out there. Because that was Mother Earth's fucking sending you a message. Nigga, get on your duty. Nigga, get on your assignment, my nigga. Call of Duty. You see what I'm saying? It's a call to arms. Because we need you to report to your station so you can do what you need to do to shut this shit down. See what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. So I definitely want to touch on the parallel universe, because they said it in Black Lightning. He went and fought a temporal war with the Justice League, and his daughter literally, she was literally trapped in, she was trapped in some type of interdimensional space, and she rematerialized during the right time when the timelines had healed. You see, they had collapsed and became one single entity known as Prime Earth. You see what I'm saying? So that's where you at now. You on Prime Earth. See what I'm saying? Prime Earth. There you go, Javon. Prime Earth is the supernatural Earth. There you go. Because that's the true Earth. So why do you think the astral plane and physical Earth is merging for no fucking reason? No. The astral plane and physical Earth is merging because on Prime Earth, the astral plane is her spiritual awareness. You see what I'm saying? It's her spiritual self. See what I'm saying? It's her spiritual possibilities. And now we're getting in tune with her spirit. So the astral realm is her spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? You got her mind, her consciousness. You got her soul, which we all know about. You got her body, which is what we're living on. And then you got her spirit. What is her spirit? Her spirit is her astral self. A realm where infinite possibilities can happen, because your spirit allows you to experience infinite possibilities. So that's what you got going on here, y'all. That's what you got going on. Parallel universes. All this shit came together, and we now on one Earth, on one timeline, getting it together. Cause now this shit getting cleaned up, and that CERN shit don't even work no more. Let me tell y'all about CERN. You know, they was trying to find alternate possibilities while those possibilities existed. But since they were dream possibilities in dream realms, them motherfuckers vanished on their ass. And so now, they've been forced to do something other than what they're doing, because the dream realms vanished. So they can't find no other alternate Earths, because all those alternate Earths vanished. So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on. So y'all understand what's happening here. What's happening with this Black Lightning? These parallel universes. Ain't no more parallel universes. It's just one universe now. Just one prime universe. You on Prime Earth, and this universe is called Soul, the Soul universe, also known, it's nicknamed the Omega universe. So since this is a Soul universe or the Omega universe, whichever one you prefer, Prime Earth or Mother Earth or Mother Cow or Mother Guy has now summoned us all here to finish up. Now you're on the season finale on this episode of Lost. You see what I'm saying? You at the season finale now, wrapping this shit up. You know, so the 120th prophesized year, and it just so happened to be what? The year of Jubilee, the year of rest, the year of the Ram, the year of regeneration and rejuvenation, the reset, the year of the reset, and then the next year all hell gonna break loose. You know, like my brother, like the homie Remy the Age said, 2021 gonna be the year of the apocalypse. You see what I'm saying? So there y'all go. There y'all go. I think I hit everything, touched everything for the most part. I'm trying to think, make sure. Yeah, metagenetics, you know. That's all y'all. It's not junk DNA. Metagenetics is your DEA and REA. Deoxy electroalkaline and ribo electroalkaline. That's what junk DNA really is. And once all those DEAs and REAs come back online, your spiritual system come back online, and all your energetic supernatural skill trees come back online. And now you have the option to access your spiritual abilities once more. And you always gonna have one primary skill tree that activates automatically, that's designed for you specifically in this life. You see what I'm saying? That's your primary skill tree. You see what I'm saying? Like for me, my primary abilities was when I talk to people or teach people, I can see the world through their eyes as they telling their stories. That was one. Another one was let me see here. Claircognizance. I can know without knowing. Clairsentience. I can sense the environment around me. You know, those are just a few of mine that I unlocked originally, just off the bat. And those three have definitely served me well throughout this time period. You see what I'm saying? So I have a few other physical abilities as well that I unlocked, but those three definitely serve me well. So yeah, there y'all go. I think I hit everything. I'll take questions now. Matilda, when you get a chance, speak on God being a shaking. Oh yeah, God is a woman. You know. But really God is androgynous, both feminine and masculine. He's one androgynous being. But then the first personification of God is a woman, and the second personification is a man. Yeah, the true God is androgynous, feminine and masculine. You know, there's no separation. It's one holistic energy, one holistic entity. You see what I'm saying? So AIM, the Heavenly Father. Father was an androgynous term back in the day. You know, and mother was an androgynous term. There was no separation between them. You see what I'm saying? They was both androgynous entities. One just had a little bit more masculine energy than the other. You see what I'm saying? And when you said mother, you had a little bit more feminine energy. But they were all androgynous entities. Even the child was androgynous. The Holy Trinity. Everybody was androgynous. You know, it was all one holistic, unified, singular consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it really works. You know, it's all one thing. There's no separation of any energy. It's all one holistic force, one holistic intelligence. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So any questions? Y'all got for me. Robert Harris, yes, the ads even ringing to me. Oh yeah. Your clarity is gonna be amped up because you're gonna be hearing into the ethers, and in the ethers is you hearing the sounds of judgment. You know. Seku, has anyone else been hearing ringing in the ears lately? Yes, in the ethers, it's Judgment Day in the ethers, or the judgment cycle has begun in the ethers. From 2020 on down, you're dealing with judgment. From March 20th on down, you're dealing with the judgment energy. So those ringing in your ears is you picking up on their energy, their frequency, their judgment frequency. So, if y'all don't have any other questions, Marvin Jones, y'all put the word out, share this with your friends, and I'm out. Peace.